This episode of Plasticon Reviews is brought to you by Epic Toys and Customizing. Go check them out on their online store and their Facebook. This is a quick look at Darth Vader, the Dark Lord of the Sith. Yes, everybody's familiar with this character. If you're a Star Wars fanatic, if you're not, oh my god, where have you been? Anyhow, the sculpting of this figure is just spot on. It's a beautiful piece and actually really has some nice articulation and just looks great. There's not any craziness going on with this figure to the point to actually turn you off. Some of the big things I like to point out with the sculpting on this thing is the inner head sculpt. The sculpt for Anakin himself without the helmet is just beautiful. On top of the sculpting within the helmet actually has sculpting on the inside, which is really, really neat and very, very odd to see these kind of things. It does come with his iconic lightsaber that does have a removable blade. Not to mention the respirator system and his utility belt portions. All very well done and painted, and just looks beautiful. Taking a closer look at the Dark Lord of the Sith himself, it's actually a very, very, very nice figure. This figure is probably one of the best I've ever seen of a Darth Vader figure. The accessory count of just the fact that it comes with a removable helmet along with a lightsaber that can be disassembled into two different parts. And when you do get these, small hole there and just plugs right in, and there you go. I mean, that's what you got. It's a lightsaber. It is kind of a little bit wobbly, but to be honest, if you put a little bit of force, I mean straight on force, no like crooked force, because if you do that you're gonna break it, but straight on force, it holds on there pretty good, so it's not really gonna fall off. When you do pull it out of the package, it did not bend it at all for me. That is something to kind of be aware of, though, is when you actually pull it out of the package, you need to be careful not to stress it. Looking more here at Vader, I love the idea that this cloth is just everywhere. I mean, you can just move the cloth around. It's really, really nice. It actually flows real well. And that's actually a big plus, especially with a figure like this. I like the idea that they actually put a metal chain in here, so he actually does have more of a metal type vibe, along with just his articulation. He's got very, very good articulation. The articulation is probably not the best out there, like, you know, your SH Figure Arts or anything, but it's actually pretty decent articulation for what you want Vader to do. It's not really too bad. He does have a nice range of movement with his knees. He does have a double jointed knee, so you can do that. And you can get him to toe pretty good. So, if you want that whole Kamen Rider thing going on with Vader, you can do it. Although it's weird, but he can pull that off. Looking at his actual sculpting, the sculpting is actually beautiful. It's a very, very nice piece, and I highly suggest you guys go out there and check this out. This toy is actually very well built, and there isn't really any issues whatsoever that I've come across when it comes to looking at Vader. The paintwork is beautiful. I do like the idea that the eyes are painted on as a brown versus it actually being like a transparent kind of material, which would have been probably a lot more difficult to engineer, especially for the price point. Looking at his actual face sculpt though, I mean, his face sculpt's pretty good. It's not bad at all. Has a ton of detail work here on the inside of the helmet. along with all the scarring going on here on the back of his head. It's a very, very, very nice look. It's not too bad. Like I said, it's very, very nice. Just a nicely put together Darth Vader. This is probably more or less a scale that a lot of you folks out there are probably looking for, either for desk toy or maybe even on your main shelf for any of you Star Wars fans out there. Scale wise, let's take a look at him next to Combiner Wars Hound and also the NECA Godzilla. And he's actually got a pretty decent height to him. Probably not the biggest Vader that's ever come out, but honestly I think it's a very nice scale. For these Black Series are very, very nice. It's very difficult to find this guy, actually. There's a lot of times out on the market I haven't been able to find this guy at all. So that's why I recommend Epic Toys and Customizing. Those guys are doing a really good job about getting out toys, and they do a very nice packing job as well. But anyhow, this has been Plasticon, and this has been yet another look at an awesome, cool toy that most of you guys probably didn't think I'd ever get. Anyhow, this is me signing off. Peace out, you guys. See you around. Whoop.